What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Zary back from Zary's Mobile Gaming for a very cold early morning video here. Daughter's still sleeping, so I figured I'd get a video out for you guys. Something I've been working on over the last day or so. Before we get started into that, if this is the first time you're finding my channel, please click the subscribe button, like the videos, comment the videos below. I'm trying to respond to all comments on all videos. Also, before we get started, just a couple cool notes about my channel. I reached out to John the Guru, one of the development team for the Dragon Champions, and I was granted access to the content creator channel where I can post my videos. So I just wanted to thank all of you for watching my videos, liking my videos, subscribing to my channel, and thank the development team for helping me realize my dream and this endeavor of becoming a YouTube content creator for Dragon Champions. So without further ado, let's get into the video. What we're going to talk about today, guys, is the top 10 best passive standalone abilities in the game of Dragon Champions. Now, you might ask yourself, what is a standalone ability? A standalone ability is a passive ability that does not require multiple things to happen to reach its full potential. On the screen, you're going to see some stuff popping up here that is a good example of what isn't a standalone ability. Now, there's some great passive abilities out there that do a great job of, adding magical damage, but you need 5 orcs in the party or things like that to maximize its potential. These are straight up standalone abilities underneath the passive category that you might not know about. Some of them you might know about. So we're going to start at number 10 and we're going to go down. Now, the character might not be very good, but their passive is very good. So we're going to get into that for the top 10 standalone videos or standalone passive abilities in Dragon Champions. Number 10. Number 10 comes from Sharp. Sharp has a passive ability called Daily Training, and it gives Sharp at maximum level 30% critical chance increase. 30% critical chance increase at maximum level is absolutely humongous. That is more than any rune you can put on your character. I just wish he was a better overall character, but the possibility to increase your critical chance rate by 30% could mean you could easily max out the 100% level. Just an excellent, excellent passive ability. Number 9. Number 9 is Kinley. Kinley has a passive ability called Spiritual Recovery. Spiritual Recovery, at the start of his turn, at maximum level, recovers 20% of his health. So every time he goes, he is recovering health, which for a tank, you can't go wrong. You pair that with his maximum ability of his taunt, which restores another 25% of his health when he taunts. So essentially, if you had both of them maxed out, when he taunts, you're recovering 45% health on a tank. Hands down, amazing. Number 8, Flawless Defense. Little Baddie survives a fatal blow, protecting herself with a shield equal to 30% of her maximum health. Any effects active on her are removed, and this can only be triggered once per battle. Now you pair her with a Soleus under the human leadership, who has a very good heal. A tank that survives a fatal blow with stacking her with maximum health, Soleus can heal her back up and she can stay in the battle. Without a revive mechanic in the game, this is a huge passive ability. Number 7. Number 7 comes from Major Shot. His passive ability is called Recharge. Major Shot restores 1 turn of a random ability at the start of the turn. So at max level, you're essentially reducing cooldowns off of a passive ability. This is good for any character. And with an AoE on his basic and a flashbang that could inflicts blind to all enemies for 1 turn and heal block for 2 turns, you can just continuously pump that out. It is random, but it is a very, very good passive ability. Number 6. Number 6 comes from Xantera, and her passive ability is Demonic Metabolism. Xantera restores 1 turn of a random ability at the start of the turn and restores 1 turn of a random ability to a random ally. So much like Major Shot, she can, get her heals back up and much quicker, but the fact that she can also do that for a random ally is just the icing on the cake. Very, very good passive ability. Number 5. Number 5 comes from Patriarchy. His passive ability is called Crane Technique, and at level 6, when applying Shield, Patriarchy has a 40% chance to heal the ally for 30% of the shield. So just a built-in heal on an ability that is already fantastic, on a character that is fantastic, just makes the Crane Technique passive for Patriarchy coming at number 5. Number 4. Number 4 comes in from Puncherface, and his passive ability is Demonic Haste. Puncherface gets a speed increase of 20 at a max level of 6 on his passive ability. This adding any speed to a character can never be a bad thing, but adding 20 speed for doing nothing but leveling a passive is huge. He has a very solid AoE. He can deal up to 400% of his physical damage to an enemy, gaining haste, so it increases that. Just a fantastic, fantastic passive. Number 3. Number 3 comes from Nightiel. Nightiel's passive ability is the Night Priestess. Nightiel removes 1 debuff from herself and Soleus, and 1 buff from a random enemy at the start of her turn. If Soleus is on the battlefield, it removes 2 buffs instead. So I did mention earlier that I didn't want to put a passive in that involved another character, but this can still be run without Soleus. Just having Soleus in there makes it even better. Now, say Soleus isn't in there, you still remove 1 buff from herself. Or debuff from herself. You still remove 1 buff from an enemy. So if there's a taunt up, you can remove it. So just having Soleus on there is even better, but still, without Soleus, this is my number 3 best passive ability in the game. Number 2. My number 2 passive ability comes from Hard Orc and his Wall of Sound passive. Hard Orc removes 1 buff from 4, or 1 debuff from 4 random allies at the start of his turn. There is no cleansing in this game, essentially, without these passive abilities, so having him in your squad is humongous, especially if you're fighting somebody who is relying on bleed or daze or anything like that. Just absolutely humongous, and it's not limited to the orc faction. It can be used in any team with any faction. Very, very good passive ability at level 6, and is my number 2. Number 1. My number 1 standalone best passive ability comes from Kyra. Kyra's sudden attack. When Kyra is invisible, her attacks deal 30% more damage, and if Venomate is in the party, he receives the same buff. Now, this was a toss-up between number 2 Hard Orc and number 1 Kyra. Now, I put Kyra as number 1 because she is way easier to get and use than Hard Orc. And the whole point of using her is to use her ability of Go Dark, which in turn makes her invisible. So this ability to just increase damage by using her move, which is the whole reason you have her on her team, easily makes her, in my opinion, the number 1 best passive standalone ability. Alright everybody, that's what I got for you today. My top 10 best standalone passive abilities in the game. So I hope everybody liked it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know who you think I missed if you didn't agree with my list. So let me know. Also, one quick note. All of the passive abilities that you've seen on your screen came from beadragonchamp.info. Link is in the description below. Check it out. Awesome website. Once again, thank you all for the support, the watches, the likes, the comments, and for all you subscribers out there, thank you very much for this subscribe. I just wanted to let everybody know once again how much it does mean to me. So that's all I have for you on this morning. I gotta go wake up my daughter. I hope everybody has a great day. Be safe out there, and I'm out.